Welcome to the Tech Today podcast. It's your host, John Mayetta. So, I've written over the past week or so that I've been playing with some of the different frontier models with some rudimentary coding, some a little bit more involved. I've created some clones of famous old video games like Pong, and I've published on that. The most sophisticated one I guess I worked on over the past several days was creating a sort of a demo product around searching for private companies. So this tool would go out to the web, crawl for companies based on search criteria that I fed the query, and return information based on my query. And so what I'm going to show you now is sort of an abbreviated version of that process. Okay, so we are in Anthropic's Claude model, and the query I'm going to feed it is, I wish to create a simple, clean-looking UI for a software application that will crawl the web, return a list of companies based upon search criteria for each company. The UI should provide company name, a brief description, company's website URL, most recent revenue figures if available, in the CEO's name. Please provide a React front end that captures the information I've specified. So I feed that query into Anthropic. It's thinking, and here it's coding in real time. And you can see how quickly. So just the way of background, as I wrote about tonight in a recent article, I haven't written code since freshman year, sophomore year in college. So it's been a while. So I've created a clean, modern React interface for your company web crawl application. Here's what the UI includes: search functionality, and you can read those bullet points. Company information cards displaying company name, brief company description, website, revenue, and user experience features, loading indicator while searching, error handling, empty state for no results are found, responsive layout for that works on different screen sizes, meaning laptop, mobile phone, tablet, although I don't know who's buying tablets these days. The current implementation uses mock data to demonstrate the functionality, but in a real application, you would connect this to your web crawler or the backend API, which I did do. I connected to both Anthropic's API and OpenAI in the project that I worked on earlier this week. In this mock-up, I don't. And you can see I entered in AI companies in healthcare. Nothing came back, so I'm telling Anthropic, please include mock data. Right. So if I want to demo this to somebody, it will return static data. It's not going to go out and crawl the web. But for purposes of a demo, it will respond to my query with static data. So now it's going to add script to return static data to a query. It's making those edits. So if you're a novice like me, you now have the ability to write code. If you are an experienced programmer, you could have one of these frontier models run checks on your code as opposed to handing it off to someone else, some other team to do quality assurance. It could also write pieces of code for you. So his Anthropic in the left-hand margin telling you what it did, the changes it made. On the right-hand side, obviously, is the React front end. I'm now telling it in the search box, please change company web crawler, that name, to Tech Today. And it will do so. And you can see the search results return the items I asked for, the data fields that I asked for. Company name, a brief description of the company, the URL, revenue figures, and the name of the CEO. And I'm just pausing here because I wasn't sure what name to to label the tool, and I just sort of settled on tech today. I probably logged 30 to 40 hours over the past few days with OpenAI's GPT-4o model and APIs and Anthropic. I spent probably 80% of my time on Anthropic as I subscribe to a professional subscription. I spent maybe 20% of my time on 3.5 Sonnet before Anthropic upgraded to 3.7 while I was working on my project. So most of my work on Anthropic was done with 3.7. And now I'm telling the tool, or I'm telling Anthropic rather, to make the output, so the company information that you see on the right-hand side, make that output exportable as an Excel file if the user wants to download the information to Excel, or as a PDF. And so now it is updating its script to add that functionality to the UI. Right, and the way you would build this out eventually, you'd have a back-end, a database. You'd cache some of the common searches. So for example, if you search for XYZ, it would say, oh, other people that search for XYZ also search for this. That type of guided navigation. And then you would link into third-party providers such as maybe a Crunchbase, for example, to incorporate revenue figures and financing rounds. That may be another data field entirely that you would want to add if you were to roll this out into production as a premium service. And so on the left-hand side, Anthropic is telling you, what it's done, what it has in fact coded. So you have sort of a verbal, or a text-based rather, audit trail on the left-hand side as to what the model has done, and then you have the visual output on the right-hand side. So it's pretty neat. That's all for now. I'll see you next time.